Hey, I'm Nicole. Welcome to my minimalist home. I live in a 1,350 square foot townhome in the Greater Toronto area. Well, not right in the Greater Toronto area because I'm not rich, but somewhere in the general vicinity. Anyways, come on in and I'll show you around. Let's start at the front door. When you first walk in, you'll find a mirrored closet to your immediate right. This is where I store my jackets and my shoes and the pillows for my outdoor furniture, along with all the things I need to take my dog out, like a leash, a harness, poop bags, etc. As you walk in, you'll enter a short hallway with a door on either side. The door on the right is for the powder room. This is where I poop. And this is where I wash my hands. The door on the left just takes you to the garage. That's my son Levi hanging out on the stairs, and in the corner opposite the staircase I have this saltwater aquarium, which is inhabited by two little clownfish that I've had basically forever. Their names are Ariel and Eric. I got out of the aquarium hobby many years ago when I learned how messed up it really is and about all of the abuse and death that's involved, which I really didn't know about when I first started. But I've had these guys for nearly 10 years, so they'll continue to live out the rest of their lives here, and then I'll be officially done with fish keeping once they're gone. This is Levi's toy box. And oh, look who's back looking for more attention. Hey buddy. As you continue through the house, you'll find yourself in the main living space. I love the open concept floor plan that allows the kitchen and living area to be just one big space, which makes really good use of what is actually a pretty small space in a fairly small house. Tucked into the nook beside the staircase is a door to the basement. My basement's raw, it's unfinished, so it's really just laundry machines down there, nothing too exciting. While I love the color and the style of this couch, it was actually really cheap and it's pretty poor quality, so I do plan to upgrade it at some point in the future. Same with the cheap IKEA coffee table. I was flat broke when I first moved in here, and this was the best I could do at the time. And honestly, they've served their purpose, but I do look forward to getting something a little bit nicer at some point in the near future. The shelf of this coffee table is probably the one spot in the house that is consistently the most cluttered. It's where I store all of my tech gear and camera stuff, since I do a lot of work in the living room and the kitchen. I'm on the search for a nice basket that I can put under there and kind of conceal the mess, but I haven't found the right thing yet. Feel free to make suggestions in the comment section if you have any recommendations. The floor lamp is also from IKEA, from their Hectar line. I think I'm saying that right. I have the matching ceiling lights, and I love the modern industrial feel. In the corner next to the couch is my little Martin guitar and Levi's crate. He no longer needs it, but he loves it, so I just leave it there with the door open, and he goes in there for his naps pretty often. And here is the door to my tiny, but perfectly sufficient backyard. Now onto the kitchen. I'd be lying if I said it's this tidy 100% of the time, but I do try my best to keep it this way. I actually hate clutter on the counters, and so I keep all of my small appliances and gadgets tucked away in the cupboards. Naturally, Levi's bowls are white and gray to match everything else as well. And of course, this wouldn't be a minimalist house tour without a bit of organization porn, so here's my spice drawer with everything sorted alphabetically. I do a lot of cooking from scratch, and so this isn't even close to all of my spices, but it is the ones that I use the most often. The next drawer down holds my cutlery, or flatware if you're fancy, but I'm not fancy. In the corner is my first and only houseplant so far. It's an aloe vera, which I've managed to keep alive for about 1.5 years now, despite severe neglect, and somehow it seems to be thriving. No, it doesn't have a name because it's a plant. I try to keep the kitchen cabinets fairly well organized. Here's most of my dry goods like pasta, rice, and beans, and my additional spices, as well as my baking supplies like flour and sugar. You'll notice that the top shelf of all of my cabinets are empty because they're just way too high up to be usable. Here's the obligatory fridge shot that everyone seems to be interested in for some reason. I know it looks really full, but it's mainly just condiments. I have a lot of hot sauce. I love hot sauce. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go upstairs. So this is a 3-bedroom house, and though 2 of the bedrooms are quite small, I'm just one person, and it's actually much more space than I really need. The first bedroom is currently set up as my music room, where I have all my guitars and gear set up. This room also has a small walk-in closet, which I use for extra storage space for exciting things like toilet paper, as well as the cases and accessories that go with my guitars. The next room over is sort of an office, but truthfully, I rarely use this room, and so it's pretty empty right now. Eventually, I plan to get a daybed or a futon in here and turn it into a guest room. You may notice that I make a habit of leaving things unplugged if I don't use them on a near daily basis. I like to pretend that it's because I'm eco-conscious, but really, I'm just cheap. The closet in this room is pretty much empty, other than some old extra blankets that I've been meaning to get rid of. Next is what I guess should be considered the main upstairs bathroom. Again, I rarely use this bathroom, and in fact I have to remind myself to pee in this toilet a few times a week so that it gets flushed and the plumbing doesn't seize. And finally, the master bedroom, where all the magic happens. And by magic, I mean shutting myself into complete darkness and sleeping for 9 hours straight, which is absolutely magical. I decided to do a charcoal colored accent wall in here, which I love. Otherwise, the whole house is painted in one solid color of light gray, which turned out far more bluey than I had hoped, but you know, shit happens. Right next to my bed is Levi's bed, which doubles as his trampoline when he decides to sleep in my bed. This wake-up light is an absolute game changer for me, or at least it could be. I've always found the conventional alarm clocks give me terrible anxiety, and I would wake up constantly at night to look at the time in suspense of the jump startle for when the alarm would sound in the morning, and I hate that. So I got this wake-up light instead. It gradually lights up and is supposed to gently wake you like the sun. And just like with the sun, I've become very good at pulling the blankets over my face and completely ignoring it. This is my walk-in closet, which is 3/4 empty because I barely own any clothes and I wear pretty much the same thing every day. And here is the ensuite bathroom, where I spend each night standing in boiling water until I feel a pulse thumping in the back of my head. I don't really know if that's a bad thing, and I don't really care. Anyways, that's it. That's my home. The place that I spend all my waking hours working to afford. But it's mine. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can catch all my future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!